Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Executive Director of Bill and Hillary Clinton National Airport, Ron Matthew.
Good morning. Good morning. What a great day. Great announcements today, but we're going to get to that in a few moments. But before we get started, I have the privilege and the honor of introducing our next speaker. Our next speaker is the person who laid down the challenge for this opportunity. He is the longest-serving commissioner, senior member of the commission, two-time chair. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm applause for our chairman, Virgil Miller.
Thanks, Ron. There's plenty of excitement ahead in this hangar, as well as a lot of heat if this program goes too long. We appreciate all of you guys for being here today. We appreciate all our fellow commissioners being here, Vice Chairman of the Commission, Jim Daly, Secretary Jesse Mason, Meredith Catlett, John Rutledge, Stacey Hurst, and Gus Fratsenis for joining us today, as well as a previous chair, member of the commission, Kay Kelly Arnold. Thanks, Kay, for being here. Also, we'd like to acknowledge Director Lance Hines from City Board for being here. Thank you for being here. And boy, that's about as much as I dare do, because once you get to announcing, introducing people, you never know who you're going to leave out. But again, we thank all of you for being here today. On the stage, we have with us the chairman of the Little Rock Regional Board of Directors, Jeff Hathaway, as well as Mike Preston, Director of Arkansas Economic Development Commission, and others that will be introduced later. But I have the honor and the privilege to introduce the governor, a champion of economic development. In January 2015, during his inaugural address, the governor said he was going to be a champion of job creation and economic development. Since then, 54,000 jobs have been created here in Arkansas. Governor, we're very thankful for your leadership and your innovation and your quick action fund for making this project come to fruition. We're very excited that you'll be here, and it's only appropriate that you're the person that announced this exciting event. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the podium the 46th governor of the state of Arkansas, the Honorable Asa Hutchinson.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Virgil, for your leadership on the commission. Commissioners of Little Rock Airport, thank you for your leadership. What a great success story is reflected here. I also wanted to acknowledge Gus. You got two hats on today. Little Rock Airport Commission, but he's also chairman of the Economic Development Foundation, which has been so instrumental in supporting the work of the commission, the work of the economic development team, and myself as we go abroad seeking jobs for Arkansas. Lane Zimmerman on the commission, Economic Development Commission, is also here. I wanted to acknowledge. Mayor, thank you for joining us for this occasion. As Virgil mentioned, everyone knows my priorities as governor: job creation, economic development, education, focusing on STEM education, computer coding, and transformation of state government so we can deliver services more effectively and efficiently. But today, it is my joy to participate in this economic development announcement. My priority, as you know, has been to work hard to bring jobs to this state, joined by Mike Preston, who we formed a great team together. Mike and I together have traveled over 20,000 miles across the globe trying to market Arkansas, bringing jobs to this state. It's taken us to China. That's brought a $1 billion investment in South Arkansas. We've made jobs announcements in every region of this state. It has brought us to Little Rock today. It even brought us to the small town of Magnus in northern Arkansas, population 200, where we announced a feed mill. Mayor, we were with the mayor there of Magnus. We had the United States Senator, we had the governor there, we had the congressman there, we had all the political leadership there, and the mayor just stood up and said, I've just been in office 2 months and look all the folks I brought to town. And so if it happens on your watch, you can take credit for it. But we have been engaged in the business of economic development, and we've worked as a team. And that team effort is reflected in the aero defense industry and the efforts that we have made to bring more aero defense manufacturing, assembly, and jobs to this state. Ron, you and your team have been an extraordinary part of this effort. It took us to the Paris Air Show. It took us to London, to the Farnborough Air Show, where we concentrated on the aero defense industry in this state. And so today we celebrate another success as a new airline maintenance facility is located in Arkansas. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would turn your attention behind you, and so we're proud to welcome, there it goes, Envoy Little Rock Maintenance Base to Arkansas. Envoy Air, as a subsidiary of American Airlines, will be coming to Little Rock. They're coming here as they've had many locations to consider, but they're coming here because of the strength of our workforce, the central location in the United States, the available facilities, and the team that put together to encourage their location here. Arkansas right now has 180 aviation companies. This is the second Envoy Air facility in Arkansas, the first one being in Northwest Arkansas. They've been there since 2004. But it adds to our efforts in aero defense, which is a $1.6 billion industry in terms of exports for our state. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you will turn back to the front of the stage as they open the screen to introduce the aircraft that will be maintained here in Little Rock, Arkansas. Please be seated. Part of this announcement is that this will be the creation of 60 new high-paying jobs in Central Arkansas. This represents a $2.5 million investment to renovate this facility. American Airlines has purchased 40 of these new regional jets, with the options for up to 90 more. And these regional jets will be a part of their fleet. Much of the maintenance will be right here in Little Rock, right here in Arkansas. And so we are grateful, Envoy Air, for being here in Arkansas, making this such a primary facility for your operations. We wish you great success here. Mike, thank you for your partnership as well in this. We're going to make sure you're a success and that this team effort is a success. I want to express thanks to the Clinton National Airport, the Airport Commission, AEDC, the City of Little Rock, and the Little Rock Chamber for making this announcement a success and making it possible today. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of Arkansas is bright. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Governor of Arkansas, the Honorable Asa Hutchinson. Now welcome, representing Envoy Air, a part of the American Airlines Group, please welcome Vice President of Maintenance, Jay Murray.
Thank you, Governor Hutchinson, and thank you all for being here today and celebrating this new maintenance facility here with Envoy. It's truly an honor for me to be up here representing the more than 14,000 men and women of Envoy. And on their behalf, I'd like to thank you all, the state of Arkansas, the Little Rock communities, and everybody else for their support. I'd also like to recognize many of our guests that are here today. Members of the Arkansas State Legislature, the Little Rock Municipal Airport Commissioners, the Airport Executive Director, Ron Matthew, the Little Rock Mayor, Mark Stodola, the Little Rock City Directors, and the City Manager, Bruce Moore. Also, the Arkansas Economic Development Commissioners, including their Director, Mike Preston, and Chairman Jeff Hathaway of the Little Rock Regional Chamber of Commerce. As well, I'd also like to thank my colleagues from American Airlines and Envoy, including John Nix, who's our Envoy Vice President of Corporate Services, Jennifer Peischer, who's a Corporate Real Estate Manager here at American, Dale Morris, consultant working with the American's Government Affairs team, Dee Temples, the Envoy Senior Vice President of Tech Ops, and I'm sure I've forgotten others, but many others that have worked tirelessly behind the scenes that could not be here. I thank you all. For more than 30 years, Envoy has provided safe, reliable, and high regional service to our customers at American Airlines, and that's the very foundation of that is safety. While they're not as visible as our agents and our pilots and our flight attendants, Envoy's professional mechanics work around the clock 365 days a year to ensure that our fleet is maintained at the highest standards, airworthy, and ready to go every morning when the sun comes up. Maintenance crews then stay on call all throughout the day to respond to any issues that may arise. So needless to say, having a 37,000 square foot facility here in Arkansas is absolutely ideal. This facility will hold up to 3 or 4 of these beautiful aircraft you see behind me. Envoy is currently undergoing, as the governor mentioned, a fleet transformation, and we've already received half of the aircraft here that you see behind me, and there's options for 90 more. So it's critical that we have sufficient maintenance facilities to support this growing fleet. This fleet now operates out of both hubs, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago, and with Little Rock here, we'll be supporting both of those hubs. And with more maintenance facilities comes more jobs. We already maintain the Embraer 175 at our base in Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport with approximately 80 employees. And we look forward to adding up to 60 more at this new facility here in Little Rock. The employees here will perform overnight maintenance on up to 4 Embraer 175 aircraft every night, as well as support the through flights during the day. Anyone who has worked on this project and has been dealing with myself, they know that there's no one more excited than I am to get started here. I literally, before I came up here, sent a message off to the headquarters back home to get going on hiring these jobs. We will be posting jobs for A&P mechanics, which are licensed, as well as several other positions in support staff and management. Over the coming weeks, we'll be making modifications to the hangar to accommodate this larger aircraft, and we expect to be fully operational by the end of the year. All told, we're investing more than $2.5 million to create this outstanding facility. I look forward to welcoming everyone back here for the ribbon cutting. Thank you again, Governor Hutchinson, and for all the people here today that work so hard to make this base a reality. Envoy is extremely proud of our ongoing partnership with the state of Arkansas. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Little Rock Mayor Mark Stodola.
Well, thank you everyone for being here this morning. Virgil, our county judge, Barry Hyde, is here with us as well, and I want to recognize him. Governor and Mike Preston, you did a very great job recognizing and really underlining the importance of the airline industry and acting on it. You know, it's the largest export that we have in terms of value, and so it's so very important that the Little Rock National Airport play a significant role in that, and certainly this announcement today is just further evidence of that fact. Governor, you and Ron Matthew put on quite a show. I mean, you know, this is a city commission, and we've got music, we've got lights, we've got curtain drops. I mean, it's very, very interesting. I want to compliment my airport commission. I've had the pleasure and the opportunity to work with them, to appoint them to this commission, and they contribute countless number of hours to the direction and the future of this airport. And I want to say that it's a very important role, very much important, and you all should be congratulated for your dedication to the city. Thank you. I also want to say to the employees of the airport and also the employees of all of the airlines, and particularly the American airline employees, thank you for what you do to bring professionalism to this airport. It's so very, very important. And we commissioners and public officials hear from our citizens about the airport and about the importance of how we provide a service to the community. And so I want to say thank you also for all your hard work. You know, having these E-75 aircrafts and having Envoy with us really is a great direction for the future. When Hawker Beechcraft left, we had some concerns about what we were going to do with this beautiful hangar and how we were going to be able to put it back to use. And having served previously as legal counsel for the Airport Commission, I recognize that one of our contributions to this is certainly the negotiation of a lease that's going to be favorable not only to Envoy, but also to put people in this building. And those 60 employees, and we certainly hope that grows, are going to be of a level of technical knowledge and maintenance that really is unequaled. When you think about maintenance of an aircraft, and you think about the quality of the maintenance that's necessary to make sure those things stay in the air, get up in the air, and land safely, it puts a real underline on how important their skills are. And I'm glad that Envoy Air has decided that Little Rock is the place to be to find that skill and that level of expertise. It's so very, very important. Finally, let me just say that I understand that these 175s can fly to both coasts without stopping. I know we're going to be pushing to see if we can get one of those to go to either side, either coast, and the fact that they're here in terms of a maintenance facility is something that maybe we can talk about some more. Let me just say to the chamber, thank you, thank you, Jeff and Jay Cheshire, for what you provide in terms of this as well. And I would be remiss if I didn't also recognize City Director Doris Wright, who's with us as well. So thank you all for being here. This is a great announcement for the future of our city.
Little Rock Mayor Mark Stodela. At this time, please welcome back to the stage our chairman of the Little Rock Municipal Airport Commission, Virgil Miller.
Ladies and gentlemen, American Airlines has been in Little Rock since 1931. Our long-standing relationship with American goes all the way back to when this was Adams Field to our modern terminal today. Earlier this year, American and Envoy unveiled this E-175 in a revenue flight from Dallas to Little Rock. Little did we know this day was also going to happen. So it's incredible to be standing here today to think that a maintenance facility for this beautiful aircraft, this 175, will be right here in Little Rock. We're thrilled as this airline makes yet another investment into our community, which again, as everyone has said, will result in additional good-paying jobs right here to support their growing fleet of E-175s. The commission really wants to say thanks to American and to Envoy, governor to the state, the mayor to the city, to the regional chamber of commerce, and all who came here to make this day a reality. As chairman, I want to specifically thank our staff, Executive Director Ron Matthew, Deputy Director Brian Malinowski, Properties Director Tom Clark, and Properties Manager Greg Garner for making this happen. I can tell you that their expertise, dedication, and professionalism were monumental in making this happen. This just didn't happen by accident. as Dale could tell you. It took a lot of negotiations, a lot of talk, a lot of conversation, weeks and months of negotiating. And as I was telling John, it's a good deal when everybody feels they didn't get exactly what they wanted. That's a good deal right there. That's a very good deal. And so I understand the amount of negotiations that went on as Ron had kept me abreast on everything that was going on. And I can tell you, spent a lot of time, and the staff did a lot of time and work with this. So with that, American and Envoy is making this aircraft available for tours in just a few minutes if you'd like to go inside and take a look at this beautiful aircraft. And with that, we want to say thank you for joining us. And again, thank you, American and Envoy, for choosing Little Rock, Arkansas for the newest maintenance facility for this beautiful E-175. Thank you very much.